Hello there, this is Ada Wells, physical therapist and certified Pilates teacher, and this is kind of a different, different posting that I'm doing today, and it's out of necessity, but I thought this could be educational as well, so here I am. Now I'm going to warn you that I'm going to show you my face in a minute. It's a little graphic looking, but yeah, I basically was opening this bottle. It's a Mira bottle, one of those insulated bottles. And so, you know, insulated bottles keep things cold. So I had used this to put my daughter's smoothie, which works great to keep things nice and cold. Unfortunately, she lost the bottle for a few days. And so we found it today, brought it back home. And when I attempted to open it, it was a little tough to open. So I twisted it. And unfortunately, the cap basically exploded under pressure. The plastic that was inside of this completely busted out and hit me in the face. And so I'm going to show that to you right now, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to try to do about it. All right, so here I am. Yes, I'm looking. This is happened about 3 hours ago. So I have a freshly swollen eyeball, and it's a little bit annoying because you know, it was starting to impinge into my eye a little bit, and obviously I am really lucky to be able to see. It did hit me. It came up, nailed me right into the basically this shot off like a cannon, came up, hit me, scraped up, and well, what you see is the result. So I'm going to utilize Kinesiotape, and once again, I've got the tools, I've got the technology and the knowledge. So let's see what I can do. And you know, and just to give you a little tutorial here, I know you don't want to probably see my face, but it just makes it more interesting, so we will. Put this down, put the terrible bottle away there. So basically, the way Kinesiotape works, it has, and actually I was using this the other day to give a little tutorial. It's got a stretchy property to it, and the Kinesiotape is great when people have swelling or bruising. And obviously I have both. So I use this a lot when I'm dealing with, like, you know, knees that are really angry, shoulders, ankles. So it works really great around joints. So we can actually kind of direct the tape to sort of almost the lymphatic system a little bit. And it does wonders with swelling. So we're going to see what I look like tomorrow, but this will be a little bit of a time lapse. But at this point, like I said, you got me 3 hours after the incident. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to play around, and this is a little experimental here on myself, but I'm going to cut a few little strips here, and I was going to do this from home, but the tape that I had at home had this funky design. I'm like, you know what, if I'm going to be putting this on my face, I want it at least not look really super crazy. Okay, that looks pretty good there. And then what I'm going to do, and I've got these special scissors here. These scissors are great because adhesive doesn't stick to them like regular scissors do. They're like a $50 pair of scissors, and that was about 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. All right, so I'm cutting these little tiny strips. So I have this little, you know, kind of looks like a Pac-Man looking thing here. And what I'm going to do is, just because I like to be nice and neat, I'm going to round off my edges. Typically you round off the edges just so that the tape doesn't peel off. Probably not going to be so much of a case up near my eye because it's not like I've got clothes rubbing against it, but nevertheless it looks better. So I'm going to do it because I want to look good, right? If you're going to put this thing on your face, you might as well look good doing it. All right, so that looks interesting, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do is let me think here a minute. I could almost look in there for guidance. I'm going to do a little extra cut here. And like I said, keep in mind, I have not done eyeballs before, but figure why not? It's always a first for something. Alrighty. So I'm going to cut the little edges here so that these will easily peel off. And I'm going to create a little anchor point, I think, right about where I want stuff to drain. So I want it out of my eye and over toward the side of my face. So I'm going right there. That's my anchor point. All right. so we're going to go kind of one strip at a time here. I'm going to take this and move it. And what I'm going to do is there's stretchiness to this tape, but I'm not going to apply any additional stretch. It's almost like there's like 10% of stretch just with it existing. So that's essentially what I'm using. I'm just laying it right over. So this is going to basically have a little bit of a lift effect. So I like to tear the edge there, tear the center, so it's just a little easier to deal with. And then I'm going to just, kind of direct it around here. So, and then when you stick the anchor on, it's got to stick to skin, otherwise it doesn't stick very well. It'll be interesting to see if I have stripes tomorrow. Alrighty, moving right along. I'm going to try to get one more underneath the eye, because that's kind of where it's the worst, and actually where it's bothering me. So once again, not really putting any stretch there, hitting right underneath. I gotta make sure I do this right. Alrighty, there we go. Doesn't that look pretty? Alright, and then this middle one, kind of useless. I don't need that. I'll cut that away later. And just for good measure, I don't know that I need this one so much, but you know what? Not gonna hurt. I'm just gonna do one just above my eyebrow, because you never know what I'm gonna look like tomorrow morning. You have a black eye, it all goes everywhere, right? Ooh, that's scary looking. Not sure if I like that look, but we're gonna go with it for now. That top one may end up having to go. Okay, so there is that part. Keep in mind it is the evening, so I won't hopefully scare anybody. And I think I can still close my eyes pretty easily there. Yeah, I can close my eyes. So it might be that this top one I lose. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna lose the top one. Change my mind. I'm just gonna do a partial. Okay, so a little partial one there. That one was just a little too annoying. Okay, so now I have, and I have a list cheek swelling. Now the tough thing is I do have open, kind of it braised my skin here, so I don't want to put it over an open skin area, but I am going to see if I can just capture a little bit of the side just outside of where I actually do have the broken skin, and just direct it that direction. So, give myself a little facelift while we're at it. Why not, right? All right, so I think I'm going to take this little piece that was already partially torn for demonstration purposes and utilize this. So once again, rounding those edges, and make that a little narrower. Well, let's see how this does. How this works. All right. If anything, I'll be a conversation piece. Okay, so I am going to anchor this little guy here, kind of in that same neighborhood, back over in this area. And like I said, I don't want to hit the broken skin, because I just don't want it to be yeah, don't cut my eye, right? Okay, let's try that, and I'm just going to stick that right over this. Okay, there's that one, and then I think I'm going to aim this one right down there, that little jaw. Got some jowls after this. So there we go. We're going to give that a shot. See how it looks tomorrow. So like I said, this is currently about 3 hours after I got nailed by this. So we'll check it out tomorrow. All right. So stay tuned. All right. Well, I've had the tape on now for about 15 or so hours. And I'm going to just take it off and just see what we look like. Obviously today, things are a little redder where I couldn't put the tape because once again, this is where I got grazed from that water bottle. So yeah, I thought I would just sort of take a look and see. I'm going to start with the easy ones, which are down below here. What I'm planning on doing is I do want to reapply it, but I'm just curious to see if the tape did help at all with any of the bruising that I was experiencing under my eye and some of the swelling that was there. I think some of the swelling is going to be around for a little while, down in my lower part of my jaw. But it was the stuff that was up here by my eye that was most troublesome because it was actually affecting how I'm able to see. All right, now the fun part. Part of the reason too why I am doing this today is that this tape, especially because I'm in a really sensitive area, this tape sometimes when it gets wet, it gets really, it will stick really well to your skin. And since I'm dealing with, you know, my eyes here, around my eyes, I want to be aware of that. Actually, the swelling looks better. Obviously, I still have still have a nice shiner here, but in terms of the actual swelling, the size of my eye is, I think it's improved from last night. So I'm happy about that. So I'm going to probably, you know, like I said, put it back on again and see if I can once again kind of angle it a little bit to get a little bit of this lower cheek area. Still pretty tender, but hopefully this will help that whole process a lot quicker. And so just as your little PSA, don't put anything with fruit inside one of those vacuum sealed bottles because this might happen to you. Okay, we'll see you next time. If you want any updates as to how I ended up faring here, go to probalance.tv. I will certainly have a blog post on it, and probably will be posting some other things. So we look forward to seeing you later, and hopefully this doesn't happen to you.